So the market at least trading in the green, slight gains, and we're told that foreigners coming back into the market. Is this, the beginning of something good for the NSC?
No, not really. If you look at most of those foreigners, they were trading on the Safaricom counter. Basically because, we're getting close to a dividend. Most of them want to take a position, and 20 cents on a 3 shilling stock is quite a significant dividend yield income. But the market is seeming to be coming to a bottom. It might be in a couple of weeks, it might be a couple of months, depending on the momentum, but we are reaching the bottom. All
right, let's talk about Safaricom because, as we saw the price gaining 5% today from the lows we saw in the last week, but, coming in at 3 shillings 15, this is some really shocking numbers for Safaricom. This was a stock that was nearing the 5 shilling level more than 8 months ago, and things have really, really changed.
Yeah, if you look at their operating environment, which has drastically changed also. At the time of listing, Safaricom was basically predominantly the only sensible player in the market. So a number of things changed in the operating environment between then and now. Competition became a bit more serious, competition became a bit more aggressive. We started seeing the voice revenue of Safaricom being cut down, and which is currently still over 70% of their total revenue. As you're going into data now, you find price competition has also now entered data, which Safaricom was hoping would cover for their voice. So there are a lot of fundamental issues that are affecting the company, and also the regulator has also become a bit more strict and gotten a bit more teeth. So the environment has become a bit hard for Safaricom.
Prospects for the counter going forward?
Maybe it might edge up slightly tomorrow, but after tomorrow it will correct for dividends when it goes ex-dividend. God forbid that it suffers the same demon that every other company has been suffering, that it goes up, goes ex-dividend, cannot recover from ex-dividends, and which is basically what I'm going to see, settling around 290, 295, 3 shillings.
Another gainer in today's session, and actually in the previous sessions as well, is Pan-African Insurance. Now, obviously, this is also becoming a highly contested space as insurers look to diversify products, especially moving into the life and moving away from short-term insurance and expanding into the rest of the region. It's really a space that some of the new listings have also been looking for.
Yes. If you look at Pan-Afric, if you even look at the volume of the trades that have been taking place on Pan-Afric for the move, they've been very thin. It's a thinly traded counter, so even 100, 200 shares will move the counter drastically. And you'll find it's a preserve of a few institutions and a few high net worth individuals who are holding the stock, who will basically determine the price where the stock goes. But in terms of their competitiveness in the industry, as you have said, they're not that competitive compared to the industry giants of your Jubilee, your British America, your UAP, ICA, Ken India, and stuff like that. They're still low on the pecking order.
Let's talk about Kenya Airways losing about 4% of the share price today. Now, there's a lot going on here. We know there's a forthcoming rights issue. We know the government may be diluting a bit of its shares, but even so, wants to still have a significant stake. But the Treasury also saying that the allocations that they're making to KQ, less than 50% of what we've seen. Just explain everything that's going on here.
Okay, they need to raise money to try and tap into the regional route, which is where most of the money is coming in from currently. The international routes are not, the profitability is uncertain because of everything that is happening globally. So what KQ is trying to do is make sure that they at least strengthen their regional presence to make sure that it covers any shortfall that will happen from the international routes. The government will participate. As much as the government has been diversifying from holding state corporations in KQ, they seem like they still want to continue with a majority stake compared to KLM and the other institutions that are holding KQ. So we find with the rights issue coming, the uncertainty that comes with it, the international route being hit that hard, and there's a lot of commotion and uncertainty of the rights issue going to be successful? Is the company going to continue making good profits when the shilling strengthens?
Right.
And yeah, basically on the Kenya Airways.
Two things, you must be very quick. shilling strengthens. When will that be? We've got an MPC coming next week. What are you expecting? And then secondly, news out that the Nairobi Stock Exchange is going to be collaborating with the Ghana Stock Exchange. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh, not really, still at the early stages. It will take some time until we can get that openness where someone can buy Ghana stocks from the Nairobi Stock Exchange and the other way around. It's a good move, but for the long term. Kenyan shilling strengthening will continue on the same range, slightly weakening as we get towards the end of the year. We don't see it going below 92 anytime soon.